Hi everybody, we are back at UK Games Expo for another one. We have stopped off with the Plastic Soldier Company and I am here with Dan. Dan, you're looking magnificent, my good sir. What are you up to?
Thank you very much. Well, if you'd have seen me earlier, I had red LED lights down the side and was giving off a huge glow. So it's probably just as well for anyone watching that they don't get to see that at the moment.
I don't know, they've kind of been mentioning the orange t-shirt is just maybe a smidge bright, just a touch. So what have you guys brought to the show this year?
Okay, well the main game that we're showing off this year is called Red Alert, as you can see behind you. It's a Richard Ball game, very similar to Memoir 44, the Commands and Colours series, but this one is set in space, if you're able to turn around and
we can bring Mr. Cameraman in to have a look here.
So essentially, as I say, this is very similar to Memoir 44, a very light, easy to learn war game, hex-based movement. Combat is driven by dice, icon dice. Command is driven by playing cards. What you can see being filmed at the moment is our prototype of the game. It's going to be on a big mat like this. I think it's about 120 centimetres by 100. There's going to be 92 plastic starships in the core game, and it's got everything you'd expect from a Richard Ball light war game. That's our key game.
I see. Now, important question. Is this the scale? Because these ships look really nice and chunky. I would love it if this is yes.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Basically, these are 3D prints based on our final 3D sculpts that we have. So yeah, they're going to be the size you see here. Because it's a fleet combat game, there are going to be 3 or 4 ships in each unit. So it kind of looks quite impressive when it's laid out.
It really does, and it's one of those things you imagine space combat. It's almost like naval warfare. It's got that nice big, slow, sweeping movements and big arcs of fire. Are we going to feel that with this game?
I think so, yes. You have some small units of small fighters that zip around the board. They can move up to 4 hexes, but then, obviously they don't have much firepower. Then you get right the way up through destroyers, cruisers, up to the huge lumbering battleships, which are rolling a lot of dice, but move slowly. So there's quite a lot of interaction between the different unit types in the game as well.
Very cool. Now, this is your big one for the show. Yep. What else do you guys have here?
Okay, other games we have. Quartermaster General, The Cold War. This is due to go on Kickstarter in July. I should actually just say Red Alert is going on Kickstarter next week.
I see.
So it is the 6th of June, D-Day, that one is launching.
I see. So guys, if you're at the show, make sure and come across and check this out. Maybe it might tip you over the balance and skills to actually jump in on it.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so. So for the Cold War, it's part of the Quartermaster General series by Ian Brodie. A very popular series of strategy games driven by cards again. You can imagine what the game is actually about, being called the Cold War. It's for 3 to 6 players. This is our prototype we have with us. Armies, navies and air forces occupy different areas of the board. You also have the opportunity to launch weapons of mass destruction, which, as you can imagine, if they actually come into play, it makes it pretty devastating.
But I'm guessing it's bad day biscuits.
Yes, it's. The designer says it's a Cold War as it could have been, but I think we're all glad the Cold War wasn't like that one. But it's a nice, fun game for 3 to 6 players.
Very cool. And then the last one here, this is Battle of Britain, yeah?
Yes, this is Battle of Britain. It's out for sale at the moment. We had problems with our plastic aeroplanes to begin with in the game, so we've had to remould them in this nice harder plastic, which we have now. Again, it's a Richard Ball game. It's actually originally published in 1990 by TSR.
Really?
Yeah, very, very well-known company. We picked it up, have included some different aircraft. There's a lot of hidden information in it. Germans have to choose or are given missions which the RAF do not know what they're going to be until the Germans reveal them. You also don't know what aircraft are actually represented by a particular unit. German aircraft have a hand of cards, which the British player doesn't see till combat begins.
I see.
And it can be anything from bombers, which can obviously bomb, but are not very good in dogfights, through to Messerschmitt 109 fighters, which can't bomb at all, but roll a lot of dice in combat. The British player has a lot of good fighters, but limited resources. If they start taking casualties, it's really hard for them to rebuild. Lots of challenges.
I see. Well, it sounds like a very interesting game. Guys, if you get the chance, come on down to the Plastic Soldier Company stand. Where exactly are we located here?
We're in Hall 1, G8.
Right, well, guys, thank you very much.
Thanks, pleasure to meet you.
Have a fantastic
Cheers.
show. Everybody, we will see you again very soon on Tabletop.